It's time for one of the crown jewel races of the Gatorade Cup Series season number 8. We head to the Darlington Raceway, the track too tough to tame, the Lady in Black, for the running of the Southern 500, one of the longest races of the Gatorade Cup Series season. On the pole for tonight's event is the 87 of Diego Yepez, to his outside the 48 of Anthony Hernandez. Then third is Jacob Davidson, fourth is Zachary Fitzhard Sr., last race winner, and rounding out the top 5 is Danny Lloyd. In sixth we have Levi Shones. 7th place is Mathis Wells, Steve Larker in 8th, 9th we have our points leader Pena Salada, and Griffin Lynn rounds out the top 10. For the rest field, there's Trip McGinnis, to his outside Sebastian Kukulan. Then we have Josh Crash and Greg Torres, along with Max Anderson and Keegan Thompson. Then there's Tim Gary and Justin Lightning, along with Orange Palapon and Jonathan Buford. Then there's Ryan Taylor and Carter Friesen. Derek Hale and Patrick Smith, the All-Star winner, is locked into the chase. Then Oliver Galloway and Jeff Bright, along with Charles Robert and Joe Jefferson. Then we have Jake Galloway and Steven Taylor, who was second in points. Then Jay Jefferson and TJ Hanley. Anton Charlebois with Code Luigi. Then Adam McDowell and Alexander Rowe. Landon Lyons with Luke Rainey. Then Eli Bright and Nathan Stapleton. And in the final row, Dale Lightning in the 1, to his outside the 12 of Roberto Rivera. So there's our 40-car field for the Southern 500 here at Darlington. Let's get going with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And a great command to get these engines fired up here tonight at Darlington for the Southern 500, one of the 4 crown jewel races of the Gatorade Cup Series. Season number 8, the field rolls out the starting grid, led by Diego Yepez and Anthony Hernandez. It's going to be a big point tonight for a few drivers here tonight. We have drivers start at the front like Diego Yepez, Anthony Hernandez, Jacob Davidson. They need great point stays, and some that are starting in the back like Luke Rainey, Code Luigi, that also need great point stays. And they have drivers like Steve Larker who have multiple wins this season, but they need to be top 20 points. Pena Salada trying to extend the points lead, which has fallen over the last few races down to only over a few points over 100. So 56 laps, one of the longest races of the Gatorade Cup Series season. Diego Yepez, Anthony Hernandez to the green flag. We're racing at Darlington. Davidson really wants a lap land that 9-9, but Yepez leads the first lap from the pole. Davidson to the inside to turn 1. It'll be big if the 9-9 can get it because he is just on the inside of the bubble to make the chase, while you have drivers like Anthony Hernandez who's just on the outside of the bubble. So Davidson to get a lap land here would be big. That's 5 bonus points. And to turn 3, if he can hold off Yepez right here, he'll do it. He goes high, but the 87 follows him up the racetrack. Off turn 4. Davidson down the front stretch leads the second lap of the event. Yepez fills in line second. Mathis Wells third, Salada up to 4th, McGinnis 5th, Greg Torres up to 6th. Now Salada looks for third and Wells. Try and get the run. Yepez over the back of Jacob Davidson, all but pushing him off turn 2 and down the back stretch. It was close there. I thought the 87 was going to come into the 99. Luckily didn't do that. Okay, there through 3 and 4. Again the 99 up the racetrack. 87 a little lower, but backs off. And falls back a little bit down the front stretch. Davidson leads another lap. In the 99 car. Now Trip McGinnis for 4th. Salada to the outside, our points leader. Here comes Mathis Wells for a second, the 18 car. A great run through 1 to the inside, Diego Yepez down the back stretch. Side by side for the second position. Mathis Wells to turn 3, the inside lane going to prevail through 3 and 4. Wells clears to second. Trip McGinnis following through to third, and Greg Torres to the inside now for 4th. They're side by side down the front stretch. Back there, Salada's falling already in the 77. To the outside goes that set. Look at them trying to go 3 wide up here. Is it going to work? Torres in the 10, McGinnis in the 19, Wells in the 18, they back off, back to double 5, that was close there for Torres and McGinnis. They reach the turn 3, McGinnis grabs second, Torres to third. How about Tim Gary up to 4th and the 26, now back there they're looking to go 3 wide, the 48, the 24, 2 teammates, Palapon down the inside, Hernandez on the outside. Hernandez gets down line, or at least he thinks he does, the 24 drives it hard back to the bomb lane, and now for the lead, McGinnis has closed down the 99 Davidson. 50 laps of racing to go this time by a long race as we mentioned. But fast speeds here at Darlington as they run single file in the draft. Down the front stretch, Davidson leads another lap. He's been so strong here tonight. But the 19 looks pretty fast as well. Comes to the inside through 1. Gets it back up in line. Here comes Greg Torres. The 26 and Tim Gary to his inside. 4th, 3rd, Gary. Easy. No contest. Gary grabs third. Yepes trying to come back in the A7 for fourth. Here comes McGinnis, 19. To the inside, down the front stretch. Has a help from the 26 of Tim Gary. Turn number 1. Trip McGinnis clears through the middle of 1-2. New race leader at Darlington is number 19. Now Tim Gary, the 26, through to second. And something big here about Darlington with this new package that they have, the new tire, really benefits. Kind of, you can start wherever and you can still finish wherever. However, being up front is definitely an advantage. We've seen drivers that they get caught up top, but there are holes down low they can get into. Prime example, Diego Yepes fell back, but he's already back up to third. The 77 Penny Slava fell back, already back up inside the top 10. Front four separate themselves. McGinnis, Tim Gary, Diego Yepes, Greg Torres. 19 doing a great job out front, pulling away from the A7 Yepes, along with the 26. Here comes Greg Torres for third, gets back up in line. Now to turn 1. They stay no still. Here comes Tim Gary for the lead. He looks low. 19 did a great job getting down front of that. Gary looks like he's just a little bit faster, but that 19 is doing a great job out front. We'll see to turn 3. Gary backs it up, gets a little high. Yepes comes to his bottom lane. The 26 shuts that off. Single file for about the front 10 down the front stretch. And now to turn 1. Here comes Greg Torres for third in the 10. To the inside. He'll get by Diego Yepes off turn 2. A great run for the 10. Gary closes back into the back bumper of the 19. Trip McGinnis into turn number 3. Got a great run. Gets back up in line, gets a little high there. Greg Torres to third. Max Harris up to fourth. Here comes Oliver Galway to A3. Looking for a spot inside the top 5. As he's getting a good run to turn number 1. To the inside, the A7 of Diego Yepes. Max Harris looking for a spot, and Greg Torres can get that done. A driver emerging to the front of the field that we really want to talk about is Joe Jefferson, the 39. Even though he's in a position to make the chase, it's going to be very slim for him. However, this race is big for him in many different ways other than the chase. He has won the Daytona 500, the Brickyard 400, and the Coca-Cola 600. If he can win here tonight, he will be the only Gatorade Cup Series driver so far in history to win all 4 Crown Jewel races in his career. He's looking to do it here tonight. He's inside the top 12 as we are just over 10 laps into the event. Gary hangs a left to the inside. McGinnis down the front stretch. He has help from Greg Torres behind. Tim Gary, the 26, a big run to turn number 1. He'll grab the top position for Trip McGinnis. Gary to the lead. Torres through to second. And now the 19 starts to fade back in the outside. Where can McGinnis get down in line? Jacob Dixon trying to stay inside the top 10, the 99 back there. We talked about how he is just inside the chase bubble, just inside the top 10 in the points. A big day would be appreciated here for that number 99 team. If they can finish top 10, they can finish top 5. Before the lead, Torres now to the inside. He'll get by Tim Gary through 1 and 2. Now Gary falling back in the outside. Here comes Max Harrison, the 98 with a run down the back stretch. Does he make the move through 3 and 4? Oliver Galway through the 3rd. Pinislaar points there up inside the top 5. Here comes Galway in the A3, hanging left for second. Getting underneath, Max Harrison down the front stretch. Salata through the 4th to 77. As Steven Taylor starts to make his way forward as well. Taylor coming up inside the top 15. And right now, number 20, we saw him back there. He's inside the top 15 just before Diego Yepes. Going for 14th on Daniel Lloyd. So that's 20. Pretty fast as well. He can get up here. The 77 gets put to the outside by Josh Crash. Crash to the 4th. Ryan Taylor 5th. Here comes Jacob Davidson for 6th. Joe Jefferson looking to the bottom lane. The 39 car. On Trip McGinnis. 19 gets down front. Now the 39 almost taking it 3 wide. Tight racing further back before the lead. Now Oliver Galway to the bottom with Greg Torres down the back stretch. Making moves left and right all over this racetrack. We're not even halfway through this event. It's a long race. These drivers have to be prepared for the length, both mentally and physically. It's a physically demanding racetrack. It's a mentally demanding racetrack. You have to wheel that car fast through these corners, which are very, very tight. And on top of that, you have to do it for 56 laps running up against the wall so close to it. You have to make sure you do not get into it like we saw so many times in the Target race yesterday. And the reason we're not seeing that here tonight, because these are the best of the best in NR. The Gatorade Cup Series drivers, they bring their stuff to every race no matter what it is. Jacob Davidson through inside the top 5 to 4th. Single file now. Peninsula has found his way down line 6th. There's Trip McGinnis. How about TJ Hanley? He's a past winner of the Southern 500. inside the top 10 and 8th. Can he get another one for his second victory of the season to try and catapult him towards the chase? Zachary Fitzwater Sr. won at Mosport, the last race out. Now inside the top 10, looking for his second win in a row. It'd be his second Gatorade Cup Series career victory. Carshon wins to the inside right here. Josh Crash to the inside. Max Harrison, that is for second. Now off in turn number 1. Crash the inside lane, the preferred lane through 1 and 2. He'll easily grab that second position away. Jacob Davidson easily grabs third in the 99. Now Davidson looking low down the backstretch on Josh Crash for the second position. The 43 stays clear. Look from the front stretch, the 99 got high. Here comes the 10 of Torres. He'll get to third. Salada down the bottom lane, the 77 moving forward. But how about that? The 10 got by the 99 so fast, Davidson can get down line from the 77. He did right there in the 4th position. Tripping against the 19, looking for 5th on Salada. Couldn't get it done. The 98 continues to fade back. He was 2nd. He might fall outside the top 7 by the time he finds a way down line. But how about Oliver Galway? He's doing a great job out front as of now. No one can get near him. The question is, will they stop bound for a second and allow each other to get clear to battle this 83 car, which is out front? And we're not even close to being done with this race. We're not even at halfway yet. So you're gonna have to make sure your tires are all right. You have to save those tires for later in the race. So maybe some drivers that are hanging back could come to the front later in the race once these drivers have some laps on their tires. We're starting to band back together to the A3 of Oliver Galloway, who leads this race. Steven Taylor, the 20, second in points, falling back on the outside lane as just Jonathan Buford to his inside. Carter Friesen moves around. Thompson on the inside. Adam McDowell, Jeff Wright on the outside. Here comes Charles Bois. We look at some drivers that are towards the chase bubble. Cole Louise right now 29th. You definitely want a lot more than that. Nathan Gibson 32nd. Kukulon 33rd. Steve Walker 35th. How about Justin Lightning 38th? Luke Rainey. Man, some of these drivers that are needing good runs towards the back of the field could definitely hinder some drivers' chase chances. But up at the front, Josh Crash. He's going to need a great result. He has 2 victories. The problem is, he's not top 20 points to use those as wild cards. A great result here could get him inside the top 20 and use those wins. Single file for about the front, I would say that's about 13, 15 cars. They're trying to get just in order. There's Fitzwater there up inside the top 7. He moved up a position in front of TJ Hanley, A2. The A2 only lost 1 position, gets in line in the 8th position. Looking Fitzwater start moving his way forward. The 47 looking pretty fast. Here comes Max Harrison trying to regain the ground he lost. Looking for a top 10 spot in Tim Gary, but that 26 a great run off the top side. Shuts the door down low. The 98's got to sell for 11. Or maybe not. Back to the inside, through 1 and 2 on corner exit. Trying to get the run. Trying to get to that quarter panel. Trying to side draft that 26 back to him. Once again, Gary off the top side. 30 laps of racing to go this time by at the Lady in Black. Oliver Galloway with A3 leads and a single file train. Josh Craft, the 1 in 2nd. In 3rd, we have Greg Torres. Here comes the 43 to the inside. He got the run. Can he get the drafting help? Down the back stretch. Josh Crash inside of Oliver Galloway. Gets the help from Greg Torres. They throw up the top side trying to get the run. But Crash, great job on the inside. He'll get clear off turn 4. Can Galloway get down line? No, he can't. The 10 got too good of a run off turn 4. Now Davidson, the 9 trying to go with the 10. Greg Torres through to 2nd. Here comes Davidson for 3rd. Torres for the lead. Davidson side by side with Oliver Galloway for 3rd. Pena Salada there in 5th, going for 4th. Salada, our points difference at the top 5. McGinnis to 5th. Cross flags at the start-finish line halfway in the Southern 500. Josh Crash, the 43 leads. In 2nd, we have Greg Torres. Jacob Davidson 3rd. Pena Salada 4th. Trent McGinnis 5th. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. last race winner up to 6th. 7th is about between teammates TJ Henley on the inside, Oliver Galloway on the outside. 9th place is Ryan Taylor and Max Anderson. The final spot inside the top 10. Look at them, look at 3 wide. Ryan Taylor, the 09 with the run on the teammates of Red Bull. But Hanley gets to 7th. Oliver Galloway falling back in the A3 for the lead. Torres to the inside with the run. Trent McGinnis moving by Peninsula. Here comes Davidson down to the bottom lane from the 19. Now Davidson for 2nd. I think those drivers, they didn't make moves because they were just trying to save their stuff. Trying to get in line, just save their equipment. Don't wear your stuff up midway through the race. They probably were getting in line trying to cool their stuff down. Now they can start to attack at full strength. Jacob Davidson inside the top 2. We said he needs a great night here to try and stay inside the top 10 in points. And with 26 to go, he's doing just what he needs to do inside the top 5. Now McGinnis looking to his inside, and in turn 3. Not run. How about Hanley look to the top side, now back to the bottom. Tried to fake Fitzwater out. The running order, shuffling. Hanley up inside the top 5, along with Fitzwater, as they are chasing the 10 of Greg Torres. Now moving to the inside of Jacob Davidson is the 19 Trip McGinnis. Side by side for a second down the back stretch. Torres trying to stay out front in the 10. Still side by side. No one with the advantage. Now the 19 on the inside. Moving forward, up to second for Trip McGinnis. Can Jacob Davidson get down line just like he did a few laps ago? No, Fitzwater to his inside. For third. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. gonna take it. TJ Hanley for fourth. I mentioned Hanley is a past winner of the Southern 500, won earlier in the season. A second win could help him get towards that wildcard spot. Hanley through to fourth. Davidson on the outside falling back. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. up to third, as the front view spread out just a little bit. But McGinnis closing in the draft to turn 1. 2 miles an hour faster at the end of the straightaway. Looking to the inside through 1 and 2. A good run for the 19 off turn 2. And down the back stretch. To his back bumper, does he look to the inside of the 10. Turn 3. Here comes Fitzwater on the 47, a big run. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. trying to get inside the top 2 for a second straight Gary Cup Series win. It would be a second win of his career. Now McGinnis looking to the inside through 1 and 2. He has the nose. Side by side for the lead down the backstretch. The help on the inside with the 47. And with them battling, here comes Hanley in fourth. TJ Hanley closing on the bow for a second. Fitzwater side by side with Greg Torres. Fitzwater going to grab it through 1 and 2. Hanley to the inside will grab third. Ryan Taylor for fourth. Fitzwater for the lead. Greg Torres trying to get down line fifth, but couldn't get it done. Some great racing here at the Darlington Raceway. Passing in competitive racing. Greg Torres got to the inside. He's going back for fourth. The 10 not giving up quite yet. And look at the separation. I don't know if a car hit pit road or what, but it is. It's Steven Taylor on pit road, the 20. He came into the day second in points, over 100 points back of the driver who runs inside the top 10 Penny Salata. But where is the 77? I don't even see Salata. Yeah, Salata may have fallen back. It's for the lead. Fitzwater down low. Yes, Salata's back inside the top 15. Fitzwater, side by side to turn 1 with McGinnis. He'll grab the top spot. Hanley through to second, the 82 car. Now Hanley for the lead down the back stretch. But stays in line. Now the 19 shuffles to the top side. Torres almost into him. The 10 grabs third. And what that 20 in pit row has done, it's caused a separation. The 39 Joe Jefferson is right now 13th. The top 13 pulled away. They have 14th on back to about 22nd. And then right here, it's even separated further back. As some drivers start to fade through the field because of worn tires, some start to come forward. The 20, Steven Taylor has fallen a lap. So his chance at win or dash, and his chance at closing on the points lead, definitely over. Unless the 77 has a bigger issue. Single file once again. Maybe they're trying to calm down just a little bit. We saw the aggressive racing they were on a few laps ago. They're just trying to calm down here, get in line, get in a rhythm, try and cool their stuff down again, and then make another run at it later in the race. We're coming to 16 to go, so they still have time if you're up at the front. Hanley, he thinks he doesn't have time though. Look to the inside of the 47 on corner exit, and down the front stretch. Looking lower, trying to get that 47 to block him down low, get a bad entry into the corner. Hanley though, gets back up in line. Torres couldn't quite get to second there. Up further back here, Carter Friesen moving by Trip McGinnis for 7th. You have Anton Charles Bois coming forward. Joe Jefferson, who mentioned some big momentum riding for him in this race. If he can win it, he'll be the only driver to win all 4 Crown Jewel races in his Gatorade Cup Series career. Torres for second on Hanley. He has the inside to turn 1. He'll grab the second position from that A2 car. Now he has his sights set on the king of NR, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. He might have his eyes set on, but he might get by him shortly. That 10 got a great round turn 2. How about Jacob Davidson? A great run through 3 and 4. To the inside, Torres. But he got tight off the corner to lift. Torres gets back to second. Trip McGinnis for the spot on Carter Friesen. Friesen just got a lap ago. Now, McGinnis wanted it back, but couldn't. TJ only fell all the way back to 7th, but he does get down in line. But once again, it's the top 13 that pulled away. 14th on back, they're probably not making any progress, as it's Lawrence Palpine leading the train with Cole Luigi Solas back in 16th. Those drivers really want a caution flag to maybe come out, get them back together. Davidson, he's on a charge here, this 99 car. He really wants to stay top 10 in points. He knows a way to do that is to win this race. It would be huge. It would be his first career Gatorade Cup Series victory if he can get it done. He has a run. Looking to the inside of turn 4. Down the front stretch. For the lead. Fitzwater top. Davidson down low. The 99 using the lower lane to get by. Easily through 1 and 2. Rockets away from the 47. McGinnis through to 3rd. And now he's looking for 2nd. The 47 got really clogged up. Here comes McGinnis. Gets back in line. And now the teammates Oliver Galloway and TJ Hanley. They're 4th and 5th. Here comes Galloway for 3rd. The Red Bull Racing teammates, 4th and 5th. David gets back up in line. The second pack running down. That is Lawrence Palpine and Cole Luigi. They are coming. Will they have enough laps? They have 11 to go. Luigi has been fast with Jay Jefferson. They are running them down. 14th and 15th. Yeah, they're in the draft. They're going to be there. Look at the run. 200 miles an hour down this back stretch. They are coming on this. Look at the run for Cole Luigi and Jay Jefferson. Halted by the Double J Red and Charlois. But they are here now. They are in this front pack. They have a shot to victory if they have the right stuff. Davidson leads McGinnis 2nd. TJ Hanley up to 3rd. 10 to go at Darlington. Greg Torres, Joe Jefferson breaking inside the top 5 late. He has a shot to win all 4 Crown Jewel races in his career. He's up inside the top 5. He has a shot for the lead. McGinnis closing on Davidson. Turn 1. Under 9 to go. Here comes McGinnis towards quarter panel. Side by side. Turn 2 and down the backstretch. Look at the run Hanley's giving this stretch. 195 down the backstretch. He's about 3-4 miles an hour faster, even 5 miles an hour. Closes right in. Davidson top. McGinnis clears. Hanley through to 2nd. Rockets around the 99. Greg Torres for 3rd. Here comes the 39, Joe Jefferson. Inside the top 5, he's going for 4th. He'll get by Jacob Davidson on the outside. Davidson falls back outside the top 5 now. The 99 falling back. And who's going to have enough to get to victory lane? Here's the lady in black. 7 to go this time by. Leading is Trip McGinnis. Handling the A2 is 2nd. Greg Torres is 3rd. The battle for 4th. Joe Jefferson trying to stay ahead. Ryan Taylor to turn 1. The 09 trying to get to the bottom. It's going to be tight there. The 09's down there. That's for 4th. Ryan Taylor going to get it from Joe Jefferson. And Oliver Galloway going to get inside the top 5 with this move right here. Oliver Galloway now to 5th. Joe Jefferson back to 6th, but has a lane to get down and try and recuperate and get back up to try and battle for this lead. 6 to go at Darlington in the Southern 500. Hanley looking for his 2nd Southern 500 of his Gatorade Cup Series career. Trying to get to Trip McGinnis. And down the back stretch. The 82 closes in on the 19. Anthony gets side by side. Watch 3rd, 4th, and 5th. How about Greg Torres? He has a run down the front stretch in the number 10 car. He's coming with the run. To the back one for the A2 to turn 1. 5 to go. Yellow flag would end it here at Darlington. Oliver Galloway through inside the top 4. Here comes Greg Torres. He'll get to 2nd in the number 10. Torres now has a shot at Trip McGinnis. As the A3 lets his teammate the A2 in line. Hanley and Oliver Galloway. Now comes Galloway for 3rd on his teammate. TJ trying to get them off the top side. 4 to go for Trip McGinnis in the number 19. Oliver Galloway stays inside of his teammate, gets to 3rd. Ryan Taylor through to 4th. Hanley might fall inside the top 5. Joe Jefferson to his inside of turn 2. Car blowing up backstretch and stopped. It's Nathan Stapleton. Is he low enough? They won't bring out caution. We're coming to 3 to go. Late in the race, a yellow flag would end as we mentioned. Still green here at Darlington. Oliver Galloway to the inside for 2nd. 3 to go in the Southern 500. Hanley keeps 5th, but it's a 4-car race at the front. Leading is Trip McGinnis. Oliver Galway through to second. Here comes Ryan Taylor to third. Torres back to fourth. Hanley is fifth. How about Cole Luigi? We said that he's back in the 30s. Up inside the top 10. He's not going to win this race, but it's going to be a great points day for that 42 team. Up front, Oliver Galway with a run to the inside with 2 to go. 83 car to turn 1. Gets by Trip McGinnis. Ryan Taylor is second. Greg Torres will get to third. White flag, this time behind the Southern 500. Can Oliver Galway win his first Gatorade Cup Series race and one of the biggest races of the season? Side by side for third and fourth and fifth. White flag in the air. Oliver Galway pulls ahead. One last time around Darlington. He has opened the gap over Ryan Taylor to turn 1. He makes the move at 2 to go. A great launch for the A3. And down the backstretch that's pulled away from the draft behind. Turn 3 for the 83. Red Bull Racing gonna visit Victory Lane. They'll both finish inside the top 5. Oliver Galway of turn 4 is gonna win the Southern 500 at Darlington. Taylor tried, was 1 lap short. Man, I thought it was gonna be Galway easily, but Ryan Taylor did a great 3 and 4 and powered up onto the A3 and almost passed him there at the end. But Oliver Galway winning the race. His teammate TJ Henley ends up inside the top 5 and 4th. Red Bull Racing 1st and 4th here tonight at Darlington. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Southern 500 at the Darlington Raceway. No caution flags, but 12 lead changes, 8 different drivers winning laps in this race. A very fantastic race here at Darlington. And it's Oliver Galway out front the right time, gets by the 19 Trip McGinnis with 2 to go, and just holds off Ryan Taylor, gets to victory lane. Taylor tried at the end. I thought it was all over, but through 3 and 4, he got a great run and closed right back up onto the A3. Taylor ends up second. Greg Torres third, TJ Henley fourth, and Cole Luigi from 34th to 5th. I mean, that is just a day you will never forget as a race car driver. In 6th was Joe Jefferson, so close to winning the Southern 500. He'll have to wait another season to try and get it. Carter Friesen in 7th. 8th place, Trip McGinnis led the most laps at the 16. Diego Lopez from the pole lap in 9th, and Tim Gary rounds out the top 10. So as we look at the top 20, Zachary Fitzroy Sr. 11th. It looked like for a while there he had one of the faster cars, but fell back there, maybe wore off the stuff. Jay Jefferson kind of came up to the front late there. He was kind of following Cole Luigi through, but then I think he fell back on the outside. Jefferson, though, still a solid 12th place finish. Josh Crash had a pretty good car. He falls back to 13th. Same with Jacob Davison, falls back to 15th. Salada opens up the points gap 14th after Steven Taylor ends up having to pit under the green flag and finishes 41st. As you look down here, some of these drivers not fortunate enough to make their way through the field, and some even fell from the front to the back. As you look down, there's Steven Taylor, 2 laps off the pace after pitting under the green, and Nathan Stapleton, valve issue there at the end, puts him out of the race just a few laps forward the end. That's always got to be heartbreaking. It's such a long race, and then you go about every lap, and then 5 laps to go, you blow something in the car and put you out of the race. Let's now go see the point standings. 3 races left to make the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 6 chase. And here are the point standings. Salada gains almost 100 points on Steven Taylor, who keeps second, but Salada, 210-point lead over Taylor, who is now second in the points. Trip McGinnis is third, Max Anderson fourth, Patrick Smith in fifth. Then you have Cole Luigi in sixth, Justin Lightning seventh, Sebastian Kukulon, Jacob Davidson, Anthony Hernandez hold the final spots inside the top 10. So looking at the top 20, it's going to be an interesting battle here for the final spot inside the top 10. Lawrence Palapon, 11th, 29 points behind his teammate. Jay Jefferson is 34 points behind the 48. You have Dale Lightning, 45 behind. Ryan Taylor, 49 behind. And our 2 wildcards go to Charles Robert, who is 16th with his 2 victories, and TJ Henley, who is 18th with his Dover victory. So the wildcard spot, not really much love to that, because so many drivers who have wins, they're outside the top 20 in the points. Case in point, Luke Rainey, 21st, Carter Friesen, 22nd, Josh Crash is still 23rd, and Steve Larker is 29th. If Crash gets in, he's an automatic wildcard. If Larker gets in, he's an automatic wildcard. So they need to be top 20 in the points. So right here, Oliver Galway, winner here tonight, 36th in the points. So really, I think if you're anyone down beneath Steve Larker with a win, your chance at top 20 pretty much ruined at this point. So after this amazing Crown Jewel race at Darlington, we're going to head to another Crown Jewel event. We go to the Brickyard at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400. I'll see you guys then.